on Zoom, please in the chat, tell us where you are joining us from. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. If you're in the Facebook Live, tell us where you're joining from. So it's me, Danette Edwards, and you know I'm here with Candace Joseph. And because I got her right here in front of me, I don't have her bio. Y'all know how I do. I done messed up. I done closed the bio out. I know we all been waiting for this, so give me a minute because I need to read this bio. Hi, Rhonda. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us on Facebook. I'm so excited. This is the woman who broke me down and had me crying on social media. Y'all know I don't do that.
Happy tears, right? Happy tears.
Yeah, they were good tears, but she broke me down. She broke me down. Yeah, she did break me down. But today I'm here. This is opening up. Her bio is opening up. Y'all know I need a team. I don't have a team. If you want to volunteer to join my team, I can't pay you. All right. So I am here with Candace Joseph, who I have dubbed the business broker extraordinaire. Okay. And today she's going to be talking to us about awakening the entrepreneurial mindset. All right. And we are all ready for that. Let me just tell you a little about Miss Joseph. Okay. Candace Joseph is the CEO of the Joseph Consulting Firm, LLC, and the radio show host of the Business Knowledge Broker Hour on High Volume Music Radio. Candace oversees all client jobs in progress. She coaches entrepreneurs from start to growth. Candace creates marketing strategies, growth plans, and streamlined systems to strengthen a company's position upon launch. Candace holds an accounting degree from Prairie View A&M University. In her spare time, she enjoys listening to opera, playing chess, and volunteering with local charities on their marketing campaigns. Now, something that was not in her bio is she also is an officiant of weddings, so she can marry y'all, okay? So I'm just gonna just turn this over to Miss Joseph and mute myself because y'all know I get a little crazy. I'm gonna stop my video and I'm gonna turn this over. Thank you for joining us, Candace.
Okay. Wow. Well, Danette, thank you for having me on your platform. I'm really honored by this. Yeah, you know, she gave you all of the background stuff. Yep, I'm a local Houstonian, grew up here, born and raised here. And, today I wanted to talk a little bit about awakening the entrepreneurial spirit, right? All of us are born with some kind of gift, and I want you guys to feel free to ask questions in the chat. She's going to let me know when that portion of this happens. But, for me, she asked me questions about like, how did I get started? What kept me motivated? It was just a lot of probing questions, right? So when I thought about what I wanted to say to this audience, I had to really dig deep and think about how I started at all, right? So, I got to entrepreneurship I think it was nature, nature and nurture. I come from a long line of, people that they're 9-to-5ers, but they have their other talents as well. Some people call them side hustles, side jobs. Some people they might consider it a hobbyist, right? But for me, I think it was a little bit of nature and nurture how I fell into doing what I do for people. Growing up, I was always taught that you help your fellow man in any capacity. If they need a place to stay and you have an extra bed, you give them that bed, right? So growing up, I always saw my parents helping people. It could have been with something simple, like my mom with a recipe, walking someone through how to make a $1 million pound cake. With my dad, it was, okay, well, hey, let me teach you about this software, computer software. And, I always saw that growing up. So I think for me, it was a little bit of nature and nurture. I was very fortunate enough to grow up in a household that was a little unorthodox, but it worked for us, right? My parents, they always took us on trips, and not just us kids in the house, but the entire family. They taught us about different cultures early, different state foods early. a lot of things. But my parents also taught us about being around different types of people and different atmospheres. So it could be the playground, out in the playground, with your shorts and your tennis shoes on, you're running around, or it could be at a formal banquet and, you're dressed up really, really nice and everybody's really fancy and you're trying to figure out which fork, which knife to use, right? So, but hint, start from the outside and work your way in, right? So it just started that way. And I always saw my dad talk about business. I always saw him reading the newspaper. I always, saw my mom looking at different documentaries, trying to figure out, different things, learn things she didn't know anything about. So for me, it translated into me being a knowledge seeker. I was always someone that wanted to know more about just my neighborhood, just my city, just my state. I want to know more about the different careers out there other than the ones that I saw my parents, both of them just recently retired, that I saw them work at for 40 years. So it started in that realm. But as I got older, my dad let me attend different workshops. Some I would go with him. He taught me how to network. My mom always taught me how to be a lady first, and it just grew from there. So I was always the person that people would call and say, hey, Candace, I need a favor. Hey, Candace, do you know how to do this? Hey, Candace, do you know how to do that? Hey, Candace, hey, Candace, hey, Candace. And I always saw it as a challenge, If it was something I did not know how to do, I saw it as a challenge to make it happen. So it didn't matter what it was. I would ask people, give me 4 days, give me 5 days. Let me figure that out. And I was thankful for that, to have that seeking spirit of everything. Never knew how to play a music instrument. Don't know how to sing, but I love opera. I love music. If I was to go back and go to my former years, I would have loved to learn how to play saxophone. But I learned how to play chess instead. And it's helped me along the way of life. I felt that everything that I've done has accumulated to where I am now. Every job, every class I've taken, every course, every YouTube video I've looked at, every time I've Googled something, print it out and put it in a binder and it's 30 pages and I'm going through highlighting, and all this led me up to this moment. It started out with, hey, Candace, do you know how to do this? To, hey, well, let me show you how to get it done. For me, entrepreneurship, it was something that I always envisioned for myself. Not so much as, hey, I want to be my own boss, I don't want to follow rules. It was never about that for me. It was about how can I do something different that I see done every day. We see business consultants every day. They're everywhere. You see that, right? But for me, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I got my degree from Prairie View. I have went from job. I was one of those people that went from job to job to job to job. But most people would see that as being reckless, right? For me, I didn't think about it in that view. I saw it more so of what's the next job I can get to build my skill set. Yeah, I did the traditional thing. Prairie View A&M University, HBCU, very popular, down here in Texas, a place that taught me about community, same that I grew up in, right? It just kind of at our home. I did the school thing. I've done courses. I've done classes. I've done free workshops at the public library on a Saturday morning where it's me and 2 other people. So I've done the traditional thing. I went to school. I did. But I've had some non-traditional jobs. I worked at a law firm. I worked for a health district. I have worked at a cemetery. I've done a lot of things, right? So everything I've done was stackable. Every skill is stackable. Every skill should be stackable, no matter what. Sometimes we think about things and we say, okay, well, yeah, I got this degree. Yeah, I did that. But But we have to remember the human mind can take us so much further than anything that we have ever dreamed of. So sometimes when people come to me and say, well, hey, Candace, I want to start a business. The first thing I ask is what taken you to that moment? For me, it was age of 19. I was working at a temp agency for one of my sorority sisters. Her mother was named Ruby Laney. She was the first person that got me my first accounting job. She was someone that was like, hey, you got it. She's like, you pick up on things fast, you're a quick learner. There's nothing I can't give you. Even if I give you a book, you're gonna read it in one night. All those things fed that same knowledge. So at the age of 19, I wrote down every skill I wanted to learn. I wrote down everything. Everything. It didn't matter if it was how to code. You know, I got an accounting degree. I don't have to know how to code. You know, I wanted to do that. I taught myself how to draw blueprints, which came in handy for a lot of people reconstructing houses after Hurricane Katrina. I was able to assist and donate, you know, skill set of how people can rebuild and lift up their homes. And I was able to, you know, have a room that was maybe torn apart and was able to redesign it, at least on paper. And I offer those services for free because I was always taught that you give of yourself freely and the world will be yours. So we're all embedded with a gift. So for me, I decided I didn't want to hoard the gift. I wanted to figure out a way to do it. When I wrote that list at 19, it had 25 items. I am 41 and I only have 4 items left out of a list that I wrote at 19. Everything I wanted to do, I've done it. I've been fortunate enough to be around people that accepted my awkwardness and accepted my seeking nature and accept the fact that I will read off random facts about things that other people probably know nothing about. But for me, it was a way to get out of my shy awkwardness. And, you know, I'm an introvert. Most people think I'm an extrovert by my personality when they see me on the radio and all that. Truthfully, I'm an introvert. You know, I guess like I don't know if you want to call it like my persona. Maybe that's the word, persona. You know, I had to figure out a way to get to where I wanted to be. My parents always said, hey, you gotta have a job. You gotta pay your bills, you gotta eat, you gotta have health insurance. So when I made that list at 19, I looked at all the jobs. Back then, you know, I was one of those newspaper people. I looked at jobs in newspaper because I wasn't great with the internet. I wasn't great with email at 19, 20 years old. I just wasn't. You know, it was a new concept to me. I didn't know anything about it, right? So I wrote out a list. At 19, I decided, okay, Ms. Ruby Laney said, hey, okay, well, you go here, you work at this university for a little while, see how that worked for you, scratch off items off your list. I wrote out the skill set that I wanted to become my own boss at 19. Sometimes it's hard when some people do things just to do them, right? They don't necessarily have a goal in mind, they just want to see if they can complete something. For me, it was the same thing. I wanted to see if I could be the best of everything I tried. And if I wasn't, at least I tried. So yeah, every job was stackable. You know, got an accounting degree. Straight out of college, I was a receptionist. Nobody offered me a big accounting job coming straight out of college. And I need to, you know, kind of make sure that people know, like sometimes it doesn't happen all the way. Sometimes we could be 9-to-5ers and we want that job. We want those big opportunities. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But be okay with the fact that it's not going to happen like that. You create your own path. I wanted to be my goal was really to be CEO of a company. I never thought in 20 years, it would be something of my own. Now, did I ever say, okay, I'm gonna have me a small business? Yeah, I said that. But did I envision it to be what it is, to envision me having a team and envision me having a radio show? Absolutely not. But I'm glad that I stayed the course and I decided my own path. So sometimes we have to sit back and say, it's not going to happen the way we want, but it can happen. You have to know that perseverance is it. And every day we're given the same 24/7. I have to know that what can I do within that 24/7 that can make my life different or make somebody else's life different. Every day I wake up with this. What started me on having an actual consulting firm was simply, hey, let's get this done. Let's see if we can do it. That was it. It was just me doing what I do normally, not really having a plan, just saying, hey, I can do this. Hey, I got this. I don't know what, I can't sit there and tell you, oh yeah, I had a plan, my 5, this is my 20. It didn't happen that way. Most people think what I'm doing now, I should have done it at age 30. I'm glad it didn't happen because I don't think I had the skill set or the patience back then to wait to see if it was going to manifest. We have to look at things in a way of progression. Progress through the accounting, all the way up, different levels, different tiers. But at the same time, I was taking classes on how to code, how to do websites, how to do logos. What are branding colors? I don't know how to dress. I don't know how to match colors. What are branding colors? How do I help someone market underwear? Crazy stuff, right? How do I figure these things out? I studied. And one day when I felt like I had all of those skills together and I wanted to step out and branch out and do something, I did it very slowly. One step at a time, one thing at a time. I didn't rush myself. I paced everything I did. I paced it. As I added on a service, I made sure that I was expert level because I wanted to be the best at what I did and what I can offer. I don't oversell myself. I don't tell someone I can do something if I can't. You know, the fake it till you make it thing, when you're your own company, it doesn't exist. While working these jobs, right? Every day I would dream about my own company being in an office building with a red sign behind me and I'm on a phone, office phone, some type of phone. And my parents are walking through the door saying, okay, well, hey, are you ready for lunch? Every night I had this dream while working for, government agency, saying, what should I do with this? And I was always told that if you have something inside of you and you think about it every day and it's driving you and it's motivating you, and you're feeding it, you're feeding the energy. It's motivating you, but you're feeding it with your thoughts and the dreams and those things. For me, I come to realize that that's something when, people have different things that they feel about dreams. Some people have a dream book and write down dreams are, they do that. For me, it wasn't like that. It would wake me up in the middle of the night, same dream, same outfit, same chair, same person walking through the door. Hey, Miss Joseph, here's a folder for you. We need your signature on this. It's the same dream. And it's been that way for 10 years. But every year, okay, I'm gonna offer bookkeeping services. Okay, well, in order for me to become a better researcher, I'm gonna offer genealogy services. For me to be able to become a better speaker, I'm gonna join Toastmasters. And I'm gonna give my elevator to everybody riding up and down the elevator in downtown Houston to break myself out of the awkwardness, the silent awkwardness, because I'm that person that I'll be a wallflower. I'll just sit on the wall I won't say anything. I'll observe the room. And then when I recognize the power players in the room, then I approach. But I had to learn the art of small talk. If you don't know, you can learn it. You learn anything. Every day, I didn't realize I was feeding myself to be a CEO of my own company. I didn't realize that I was feeding the knowledge bank of becoming my own boss, or becoming a boss, period. I didn't know that I was feeding it. I just thought at first, well, no, okay, I'll build a website, make a couple $100, no big deal. I do a logo, make $7,500, no big deal. You know, that's something going in my savings account or my extra retirement account. I was like, okay, no problem. I keep going through the paces, until that same dream. Every night, office building, my name on a sign, my name on a building. It drives me. I believe in this. If you dream about it, think about it, write it down. Some people got journals. They sit there and wait their whole life and they want to sketch it out. They want to have all of the steps, A, B, C, then all the sub tabs. You know, no. Get started. You can perfect that thing later. I waited 10 years to discover something about myself that was already there. I was already seeking the knowledge. I was feeding it. I was feeding the entrepreneur in me by helping other entrepreneurs. I couldn't learn how to be a boss unless I was around bosses. I couldn't learn how to be a small business owner unless I was around people that had small businesses. How can I learn to serve a nonprofit if I've never worked or served or volunteered with a nonprofit? So like I said, for me, ultimately becoming a CEO was nature and nurture. Everybody in my life has always encouraged me, right? Even from a kid. Every Christmas, I would get a business suit, briefcase, new flats, new jewelry. You know, I'm a bow tie person, so sometimes I wear a little cute bow tie. Why not? All of those things fed it, and it fed the energy, and it awakened me more and more and more. You can be a great innovator. You could be a great person that has a search you want to do, all of that, but you have to study your craft. I studied my craft, and I still study every day. I'm an avid reader. I read 2, 3 books a week. You know, daily financial news, daily stock news. I taught myself how to buy stock at age 20. I still buy stock to this day, and I like buying stock, right? Everything that you have that's in you is in you for a reason. If you wake up with the same dream, you have the same thoughts, the same vision, why not try it? I would rather fail than not try. You can awaken the spirit in you every day. Some people just want to be their own boss so they can quit their job. They don't have to follow rules. They don't have to do this wrong. Rules are there. Some rules are there to protect you. And being a CEO, I had to learn about certain rules in business that I didn't even know. You work for these companies and they got the human resource department, they got the legal department, they got the financial department, they got the accounts receivable department, they got the sales division, they got the marketing division. But guess what? When you become an entrepreneur, you're all of these things at one time, and it's gonna drive you crazy and it's gonna drive you mad, but it's so rewarding, right? It's rewarding because here you are doing something that maybe everybody else is doing, but it's different. All right, so I'm gonna tell you something that I tell everybody, right? Imagine you walking in a grocery store and you go to aisle, it says bread, right? You're gonna see tortillas, you're gonna see wheat, you're gonna see rye, you're gonna see sourdough, you're gonna see little muffins, you're gonna see those oh so wonderful Hawaiian sweet rolls that I love those things, right? You're gonna see all kind of bread. They're going to be in different packages. They're going to have different sizes. Some are going to have 6-packs. Some are going to be 4. Some are going to be, have all of that, Ezekiel bread wonderness with everything on top. You're going to have some bagels. You have a little bit of it all. You have baguettes. You have all of it, right? Different colors, different packages, different sizes. But at the end of the day, it's all bread. It's all bread. What makes it different is the packaging. Maybe it's the ingredients. Maybe it's the price. Maybe it's the way when you open up the container, how it smells. Right? It could be that, hey, I got to get that honey wheat with that extra little something on the top, right? But when you look down the aisle, you're going to see different types of bread from the high shelf to the bottom shelf. You're going to see some people that are going to, they're going to have all the shelves. They're going to have all the shelf space from the top row all down to the bottom with all their brands, right? But what happens is simply this. You have to, I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. I don't know what's going on there.
Me.
Look, someone
I messed up. That was
okay.
me. That was me. I just clicked something. Please ignore me. Technical difficulties. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, make sure that person's mic is off because I think they're on camera too, so you might want to take them off. But anyway, you walk down the aisle, it's bread. It's bread. Think of yourself as a bread aisle. You could be that person that wants to be a chef. You could be that person that wants to be a painter, a drawer, a movie producer, a restaurant owner. You can want a barbershop, a beauty shop, a nail shop. You can want your own doll store, your own clothing line, shoe brand. You might want to have the best landscaping business there is out there ever. Bring your twist to the game. Awaken it in you. Don't be scared of your gifts because you're scared that someone's not going to buy your product, not going to support you. Oh man, my family didn't support me. Guess what? My family members were very, some of them jumped on board right away. Some didn't. But you have a globe of friends. I call them stranger friends because they're my stranger friends that will support your vision. So when you go to next time you go to the first store, look at that bread aisle. It's there. Look down. Look to the left. Look to the right. It's there. Why not take your piece of the pie and see what happens? I had to learn along the way that everybody has value. Everybody has a talent. It doesn't matter what it is. You have a talent that you can bring something forth to the world. If you're one of those people that always go to a restaurant and you're nagging about, oh, they put too much butter and salt in my food. Oh, I can't take it. Okay, well, if they would use, tarragon instead of just basil, it would taste so much better. If that's you, you need a restaurant. It's simple. Tap into what's already inside of you. It could be something that you like. It could be your favorite thing ever, but do it with your twist. Nobody has to start on a big scale in order to make big impact. In Walmart, they have thousands of products. All of those people started out as a small business. They just were able to get a distribution deal to Walmart to have their stuff in stores. These are people that started in their garages, their basements, their kitchens, their bathrooms. These are people that thought of something and did it. I don't care if I'm one of thousands, but I know when I was born, nobody had fingerprints like mine. Nobody has that one dimple on one side like me. I am uniquely me. And I use those skills to create a power team. Be you and awaken what's inside of you. It doesn't have to be anything big. You don't have to offer 20 different things. Do one thing, but do it well. Be the expert in the one thing that you know you can do with your eyes closed. For me, it's business, and it always have been. Nature and nurture. You can naturally have a great palate for food, but you might need a little formal education and time with some other stuff in order to bring out the greatness in you. Do it. I went a traditional route, but it wasn't a traditional route, at least not to me. I created a team of other entrepreneurs because they had to speak my language. They had to speak my language. They had to know what a boss wants. And I don't like yes people. I don't like people to say, yes, you're right. Yes, you're wrong. Yes. I needed someone to tell me I'm wrong. No, Candace, that don't look good. No, Candace, that's a bad idea. Hey, Candace, that's a bad client. Dump them. Hey, Candace is somebody you should look at. We should offer them some services. They're struggling. I created a powerhouse of entrepreneurs that are skilled in their own set ways. And do you know they push me to be brilliant every day? Not only do I wake up in the morning with friends on my mind, family on my mind, goals on my mind, I wake up with my team in my head every day. I want to be great for them. I want to be great for my parents. I want to be great for me. But I had to awaken it. And over the years, it's grown to the fact where I needed a team. But I needed experts. I didn't want people that I had to drag along the way, teach them, stop them doing. I needed experts out the gate because what I wanted was I wanted a one-stop shop, and that's what I created. Graphic designers, videographers, photographers, branding experts, marketing experts, community outreach, people that know how to do promotions out in the street. I created a powerhouse team. People that produce music, clothing design, marketing, management skills, retail optimization skills, like human resource skills. Like, it's nothing that my team can't do. And yeah, Danette did say I am a wedding officiant. I do marry people. I am a genealogist. I find people family trees. I can find, I can find anybody. Let's just put it that way. I was just a seeker of everything because I wanted to know everything. I wanted to learn how to be the best at everything. Why? Because I was a shy, awkward kid that got bullied from elementary to high school and some in college too. I was that kid. I was awkward. I was sickly as a kid. When you come in the world 1 pound, 13 ounces, and you're still here 41 years later with medical problems, going through challenges, been car wreck, walk with a cane. I just consider this part of my life the life after the wheelchair. You don't have to get mad at your boss to decide to be a boss. You don't have to quit your 9 to 5 to be a boss. Work your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 fuels your dreams. You turn your dreams into your reality and you go. And you don't have to do it alone. I've leaned on people. I've called people. I've texted people. I've read all the self-help books there are. I've done all of these things as a seeker to be great. And I'm going to keep doing it. I encourage anybody that's out there. I don't care if you are someone that's the color pink and you want to design everything pink to go in my house. Do it. We have to know we don't have to wait for anybody's permission. But I will say this. If you are a business owner and you're watching, make sure that you give to the community that pays you. I'll say it again. I work within the community because I know that small businesses that are either going to serve the community or produce a product that someone in the community is going to need, or a service that someone in the community is going to purchase, that pays whoever the client is, and the client pays me. Why wouldn't I give to the community that pays me? Some things I do, you know, a very cutthroat rate, which my team doesn't like. But for me, if a person come to me and they have a bigger goal, a bigger project, but their budget is small, I'm gonna find a way to make you get to profit so that I can get paid. But in the meantime, I'll never leave an entrepreneur behind. I would never leave a dream chaser behind. Yeah, I don't have the flash. I don't drive Maseratis. I don't wear red bottoms. Hey, you know, if I go to Family Dollar and I see a $5 pair of kicks and they cool looking, and I got an awkward taste, I'm gonna buy them $5 kicks. I don't believe in overspending. I don't believe that you have to have a conglomerate of a building in order to produce greatness. I don't have to go online and tell people how many checks I write or what services I gave away. I have to tell people who my client lists are, and they're awesome, by the way, and they're watching. They're awesome. Thank you for being awesome. I don't have to do that to make a big impact so people can see me. I make my impact where I am, and it's with the client. I give away things, you know, I do pro bono service. I shouldn't say give away because I don't give anything away. I give the knowledge away. But I help nonprofits that are struggling and starting out to be great. I help entrepreneurs that are starting out trying to launch to be great. I will help you. My team, they're great. They push me. I have a radio show, Business Owners Broker Out with Candace Joseph. I give out some business tips on high volume music radio. I crack my very dry, sarcastic humor along the way. I play some music. But the rewarding part is that I get to interview entrepreneurs. People other people threw away, discarded, wouldn't allow them to be on their platforms due to lack of money. My team cut that excuse out. We cut it out. We cut it out. We're gonna get you to your greatness on your budget. Coaching along the way. This is not one of them places where you just gonna do this for me. Well, what's the point of me doing it for you if you don't know how to manage it, operate it, or even know how it even helps your insights? How does it drive your return on your investment? How does it increase your visibility? How does it make you stand out in the market? I have to show you what it's for. I can build you a website and everything is animated and it can spin around and you can have forms out the wazoo that all roll back for email and a process system. But what if it crashes one day and you can't call me? What if someone wants to come on and they wrote a donation check to a nonprofit and nonprofit wants to get that person's picture on their website, but somebody else built it and they don't even know how to embed or even know what the word embed means? I have to teach you. See, not only does my firm create greatness, help people launch, we help you grow, we will help you in any way possible. Why? It's customized. Everybody doesn't need every component of a business plan. You don't need every component of a marketing strategy. You might have a logo, you might have a basic website up, but you don't know how to drive traffic to it. Well, you know what? We're going to come up with a strategy for you. Now, please understand, you're going to follow the blueprint of the knowledge brokers. Or we dump as a client. It's simple. We write a blueprint for your success. What's the point of us helping you if we can't help you be great? We want you to be great because we believe in greatness. We want you to be great. And everything is scalable. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm sorry. All those little, how do I say it? All those Facebook posts that tell you that someone is making $10,000, $20,000, $30, and they did it in a month's time, they're lying. Don't fall for the bait. Don't do it to yourselves. Don't get into something where 30 days out, you're quitting because it didn't turn a profit for you right away. You have to know why you're not making a profit in order to make a profit. If you have a nonprofit and you're not getting people to traffic your site, you're not getting people to come to your events, you can sit back and think of why. There's always a reason why. As you know, as a business owner, sometimes we don't want to admit that to ourselves, but we're human. I'm not flashy, I'm not simple, I'm just a simple person, but I'm me. Only person I impress every day is me. Because when I look in the mirror in the morning as I get dressed, I have to be okay with me in order to make good business, in order to make good connections. And I don't do business with bad people. I don't. If I find out you're unethical and you don't give to your community, I dump you as a client. It's very simple. I don't care about your money because I don't care about your money. I want you to be great. And I can't do greatness with people that are unethical. I can't do it. It's not in me. When you have a dream, you have to follow it. It doesn't matter. And the thing about it is, it could be a dream that you're having every day. And it might not even be you becoming an entrepreneur. It could be your kid, it could be your neighbor, it could be someone mentor. But I've always been told, if you see greatness in someone, you point it out. Someone pointed out greatness in me at a young age. And so now I point it out, I find those hidden jewels. That's the reason why I do the radio show. I want to find the hidden jewels that do good product, good service, that are great entrepreneurs, but just don't know where to find their market or don't have the marketing budget to go on something that's a bigger platform or even know how to create those marketing streams. So yeah, you come on my show, you get an interview, you get a video. Why? People need to see you. More than just your 2,000 Facebook friends, right? The world needs to see you. But I got to give you something in order for them to see you. You don't have anything for marketing, I just gave you something. It didn't cost you anything. 15 minutes of your time. Let's go. If you have a dream, follow it. Don't hide it. Don't hide your gifts. Some people hide the fact that they're smart. Some people hide the fact that they failed in the past. Forgive yourself for your failures and your successes, and you can go far. Yeah, failures and successes. Sometimes people get to a certain level and they find that pressure of trying to do something great again. Only person you have to be grateful at the end of the day is you. My team drives me. I have a good support system. I just surround myself with good people so good things can come from me. And I just want to be a blessing to everybody. While, you know, the 1 pound, 13 ounce girl that didn't have a name for a week, that nobody knew over the years with medical issues if I would be here or not at age 41, but I'm here. And for the next 40 years, I'm going to give you that knowledge. And it's going to be a good, fair price for excellent work. I'm going to grow my team. And we're just going to do great things. So join me in being an entrepreneur. It's hard work, but it's rewarding. It's so rewarding. If you have a passion, follow it. Don't be one of those people that live vicariously through others. Don't be a supporter of someone and let your dream die. That's not business. That isn't life fulfilling. Everything I do now is life fulfilling. Radio show for the first month, I had 5 listeners. Now I got a lot more. I didn't have a lot of friends, but now I'm a person that can say I have a lot of great people in my life with great influences, and I don't care about their pocketbook. I don't care about your education, socioeconomic background. I don't care what side of the tracks you from. I don't care if you work as the CEO of a company or VP of a company, or if you are the janitor that sweep the floor. You get the same respect from me every day. And you will get the same respect from me as a client and as a friend. And the great part about me being around people that are not yes people, I'm an entrepreneur. If your ideas suck, I'm just going to tell you it suck. But then I'm going to tell you how we can fix it. Dig in you. Do something in life fulfilling for you, even if it's not having your own business. Help someone that has one. Do the work to be a boss. You can't watch other people from the sideline and then think that that's going to make you great. You can listen to my show every week and take notes all you want, but you have to get into the trenches and do the work. Get with a team that will push you to do the work. So, who's ready to get started? Danette, you're up next. Let's get started.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Good, because I already got a plan.
I'm ready. Let me know when you want me to jump in. I want you to keep talking until you don't want to talk anymore.
Let's get started. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
All right. All right. Everyone that's on here, thank you. I love listening to you, Miss Joseph. Please drop your questions and your comments. I am going to ask a couple of questions. I have my 3 questions, but then I have a couple more that just came up for me. So,
okay.
Say I bake the best cake I live in Baltimore. And I know how to bake that cake. And most of the time I just bake it to make people happy. I don't sell the cake. What should I start doing? So it don't have to be a cake. It could be that I draw well. Like whatever I'm doing, people always coming to me asking me for it for free. And I've been giving it for free because it makes me feel good. What do you say to those people? How do they start to realize, how do they start the business?
I'm glad you asked that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when you start out in a business, especially when you're selling a product, it's very hard for you to even ask people for money when you're used to getting it for free. Trust me, I go through that. Same client that I started their business 20 years ago, he asked me for bookkeeping services to this day for free, and every month the answer is no. Mm-hmm. It's okay to put a value on your gift. But, you know, if you want to get started, do your homework. Go around to the bakeries that's within your area. Think about what can make you stand out. You know, do you use that Mexican vanilla that actually comes from Mexico? Yes. If you do, you got me for life, okay? Do it different. It could be different container, different packaging, but just make sure it tastes good. You know, you have to make sure it tastes well. But you have to have a plan for it. And you have to be realistic about your plan. You have to know how much it costs you to make one cake. I mean, all the way down to your water, your electricity, your ingredient. How much does it cost you to make one cake? Then you have to figure out the value. So if someone else sells the same cake, what do they sell it for? You know, can I decrease my prices by 20 or 25% and still come out good? Maybe I need to call my product something different. You call it a bundt cake. I call it a amen cake. Okay? Well, something different. You know, a Buddhist, right? But I said the word amen. Hey,
all right, I hear you.
Southern roots still there. Mm-hmm. But you get what I mean? Like, figure out a way that makes it different. You can make a cake, make it a different shape, a different color, give it some kind of extraness, some nuts, some sprinkles, you know, just leave off the sugar glitter, you know, that stuff is but create it differently and give it in a way it's good. And sometimes even, you know, starting out, sometimes you can offer something for a less price just to feed the market, to find the market. You can do that. But always make sure you cover your costs. You got to cover your costs. I don't believe in anybody selling a product that they don't at least make back their money and a little bit of something extra. Because there's no way I'm going to give you a cake for $25, but I spent $50 in gas to bring it to you. It's no way possible.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
That strategy is called market skimming. Oh, I love it, Brandi.
Yeah. Oh, and make sure you have your credentials.
Yeah, we want to at least break even. We don't want to be.
Yeah, you got to break even. Look, Janet,
yeah,
look,
we don't want to be in the red.
Make sure you got them credentials. You know, because you got here baking cakes, you know, tell me, you know, the temperature to store it, and you got a food handler's license, and you know what the CDC regulations are in regards to takeout food right now.
Right now, yeah. All right, okay. Let me see what they got for you before I keep going. I have a question, and this is from Amber Whitehead. And Amber, I want you guys to connect, Candace. Amber is a tax professional. Amber, drop it in the chat and tell me exactly what it is. She's like you probably know what this is, Candace. She's a tax professional, accountant, but she's one that's on the IRS registered or something. You know what I mean?
What, she works just federal?
No. She is a tax professional, but I forget what the designation is called. But she's actually something.
Oh, enrolled agent.
Yeah, enrolled agent. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enrolled agent is basically the same thing as a CPA, except for it just really deals more to tax, where where CPA designation is everything else.
Yeah, she said IRS enrolled agent. Thank you, Amber. So Amber is out of Connecticut, and she says, I have a question. What are your feelings about free versus paid consultations? I tell my clients all the time, you have to know your 90% small business, that know that the 90% small business fail, but Black-owned business almost 100% because of not knowing. Okay, so she's saying, how do you feel about paid versus free versus paid consulting?
So I have to know that you're serious about business. Paid consultations are good. If someone tells you straight up that they can't afford it, figure out a workaround from them. You know, I'm a person, I'll barter with you. I don't care. You talking about them cakes, I want a cake now. You gonna send it on dry ice? I'm just saying, like, okay, think about the current times. We're also in the middle of COVID. Some people are working reduced hours. Some people took less pay to keep their current jobs. Let's be real. If someone tells me straight out the gate that they can't pay me, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna do my research, because if I see where you out here eating shrimp and lobster, but you tell me you can't afford my services, I drop you as a client.
All right.
You know, if someone can afford to pay, let them pay. If someone needs to set up a payment plan with you and you know that they're honest, set up their good old ACH, take it out like they take out their water bill. I'm sorry, I do that. Work it out. If somebody have a dream, don't deny them the dream. But if you are a one-time service provider, if they only offer you one service, you're only doing that one thing, then do that one thing for them. They pay you, it's done. For me, it kind of depends for me on the consultation. It depends. So if I know within the first.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it depends. If it's a nonprofit, consultations are free. If you're a veteran, consultations are free. If you, you know, anybody else, I charge, but I don't charge nearly what other people charge per hour for consultation.
So you're saying,
but I think that you should pay for a consult. You're paying for a time slot. I look at it the same way I look at tipping at a restaurant. When I go to a restaurant, I'm tipping 20 to 25%. Why? Because when I'm there, I'm renting space. You rent space, you pay for the space that you rent. I'm not gonna get $100 meal and leave someone $5 on the table. And I've been sitting there 2 hours. I just rented space.
Yeah.
You want a time slot, you pay for your time slot. You know, well, sometimes I catch the phone and someone's asking me a question, and to them it might be a consultation, but it could just me giving them some friendly advice, and I don't charge them. That happens. I think it depends on you as a person. If you have other things in your wheelhouse that are going to make up that cost for that consultation, then do it. Or charge them for the consultation, give them something with extra added value as a part of their package. And truthfully, the consultation gonna cover that fee anyway, right? What's a phone call? Yeah. It depends on your price structure.
Okay, and then but a certain amount of flexibility.
Flexibility in regards to what? The payment?
Yeah, saying
Or,
and being about whether you're going to do it or not. So you being what you're saying in essence is just being flexible. Well, if you can't afford it, and I know you can't afford it, maybe I won't be charging it to that person, but not being so rigid to say like my consultation is this, and if you can't do it, then I'm not going to do business with you.
and the thing about it is, I'm just gonna teach you that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that offers you a free consultation, they're hiding the fees somewhere else.
Okay.
I hate to say it like that.
Okay.
They're gonna hide the fees somewhere else. Me, I'd rather be upfront with you. Okay, you want to pay me now? You want to pay me later? But you're gonna pay me.
Right. Amber says,
You know, pay me now, pay me later. Like, how do you want to pay me? That's just my thing. How do you want to pay it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Amber says she was saying that business owners need to know their numbers. She was piggybacking off of what Candace said to know how much it costs to make the cake, etc. Okay, I understand, Amber. You know, it's that lag, and that catches me all the time. Brandi says, I was laughing at Candace saying they're gonna send that cake over dry ice. She has such great know-how and energy. Okay, I'm on board. All right, so if you have Sharon, let's see what she says exactly. Corey says exactly. I guess that was on the consultations, and Sharon says she agrees. So, is the 5 years? So they say it takes 5 years for a small business, any business really, to start recognizing profits. How long would you say for a small entrepreneur who's, how long before they should throw in the towel? Or what are some signs that they might need to throw in the towel?
You never throw in the towel.
Okay. All right now. You never throw in the towel.
The only time you throw in the towel is if your business got you to the point where you know you could file bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you throw in the towel.
Okay.
You sell your company. It's too many. Okay, I call it the business remix. 5 years. 5 years is more of an established time. So like if you or someone that's been in 5 years, then you're reputable and you're reliable and you're established, right? To me, that doesn't mean that you're profitable. You can be reliable, you can be all that, not profitable. If your business isn't profitable after 1 year, you have to go back and rework your plan. I call it a business remix. Something not working. You offer 10 services, 5 of them, you make no money, drop the 5. Concentrate on the 5 that work.
Okay.
You don't dump your business. You had a vision. It motivated you for a reason. It woke you up. You invested in it. You birthed it. Why would I give that up? Either I'm going to scale down and remix that thing, or I'm going to bring someone in who maybe has know-how in this area that I'm lacking to partner with me.
So when things aren't...
Most people that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Most people that fail in business is because they're too scared to ask questions. They don't want to pay for help. And pride. Pride. Nobody likes to appear to be a failure. I'd rather scale back and see what's working and what's not and evaluate it. Because you're investing money every month anyway for websites, for phone numbers, for advertisement, for Zoom and all these different great apps. You're paying for it.
Yeah.
If it's not making money for you with at least one client, something's wrong there. Or you need to readjust your budget. That means your overhead is too high. No, you can't pay little Susie down the street to go pass out your flyers. Tell little Susie you're going to take her around to the lady that got the bread shop and try to help her find a job. You cut your overhead. Like it's either you didn't know your niche from the start, you don't know, or you're either understating your prices, which some people don't make a profit because they're understating their prices, which means that they're paying more to produce than what they're charging. Do a remix. Never stop.
All right.
Remix.
And I see, I think that's Corey says, what champion quits? All right. And let's see what she said. That's Brandi says, and you make sure you're always open to listen to advice and feedback.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's right.
Brandi says it's almost like a marriage. They say the first 5 years are the toughest. And then Corey says reevaluate the approach. And then Brandi says, yes, know when to ask for help. I think this is all good advice. Rhonda says, never throw in the towel with apps. What did Amber says? I don't know about hiding fees because I do a lot of free consultation where I get tons of value and people say I should charge. So I'm always on the fence with that. But great insight though on paid versus free consultation. Amber, you know, I already said it earlier that you and Candace need to connect because you have a lot in common. And I think you guys need to connect today or soon about all that stuff you're giving away for free. Amber didn't give me a consultation, but she had a conversation with me that somebody else would have charged me for, okay? But y'all know I don't make no money doing this, so I take all the free stuff.
That happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is too, you know, you get those people that'll tell you if someone orders it for free, they're gonna miss their appointment, they're not gonna show up, they're not gonna take you seriously as a consultant that can help them.
Yeah.
But then you get the people that feel like, oh, well, if I'm paying a fee for my consultation, this person got to be the best of the best. Mm-hmm. You're renting space.
Yeah.
You know, because I've seen a lot of people that consider themselves to be great and they charge $200 and $300 per hour and produce crappy work. I see it on Facebook every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the thing about it is too, sometimes, let's be real when it comes to consultations. It's a phone call. What does it hurt? Give freely and the business come your way. Give it away. He gave us gifts to hide and to suffocate our gifts behind money. I don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. I want to do good work. I want somebody to say, you know, I tell people when they said, oh, well, Candace, you know, I appreciate everything you done for me. Tell 5 friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not one of the people that's going to give you a referral fee for $25 for giving somebody my name and address. I'm not going to do that. But you get good work out of me. And I'm a person, if my team is too busy, or if we need to reach across the aisle to another company and pull them in on a job, we do that.
So you'll give them the work. I love it.
Why not?
I love it.
Why not? Mm-hmm. And my friend, we do a lot of things for charities. Because the crazy thing about it, when I was a solopreneur and it was just me, phone ringing out the hook. I need a website, I need an app, I need this, I need that. And I would probably do 3 or 4 jobs a month, right? But I had a team, then all of a sudden people got a little shook, like, whoa, hold on, what's happening here? She's transitioning. Is she gonna be available for me at 2 a.m.
Everybody wants you, huh?
I developed a team to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I needed people that think a different way than I think. I needed that. So yeah, we do stuff with charities all the time. We do things for teenage entrepreneurs all the time. You know, come on. Like, if we're giving these gifts and we're hoarding it, nobody will ever know because we're too worried about the dollar bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I'm 200 pounds, okay? I eat every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay and safe and secure in my home. I drive a modest car. I work for the people. And I'll never tell anybody that I can't help them because they can't pay. I'll never turn anybody away. You might not pay up front, but eventually you're gonna pay. Because if somebody's trying to start a lawn care service, my grass need cutting right now. What day you coming over? You come over in my grass, and we get through, we're gonna talk about the website. Hey, the border system is real. Like, I'll do it. Do I charge for my service? Yes. Are they astronomical? No. They're fair. What kind of consultant am I? If you are someone who just said, oh, the company don't make profit in the first 1 to 2 years. Well, if you're paying a consultant all your profit, then you're not going to have no profit.
Mm-hmm. That is
so
true.
What kind of consultant would I be to take money out of someone's mouth that they use to feed their family and to fuel their dream?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't believe in overpricing. I don't believe in paying astronomical prices to give someone the flash, the boom, and the pow.
I love it. So let's see what we have. So Brandi says, and you have the heart of the size of Texas. That's huge. That's a whole lot of heart. I love it. Corey says the barter system does exist. I'm gonna come back to that one because someone told me something and I don't know if you guys know about it, but I would love to get it going. So let's see what we have. Oh gosh, yes, you have to ask questions so you can learn. Amber says she's speaking the truth. Rhonda never throw in the towel. Candace, you need to open up a ministry. She's marrying people. She might as well, right? Okay. Yes, you have to ask questions so you can learn. You know how much I have learned on this meeting alone, Rhonda says. Charlene says, I came in on the right day. I love this valuable combo. Amber says, right, that's how I feel too. To me, it's goodwill when you do free consults. Charlene says, I hope I can say I did it in a couple weeks. Girl, every day is the right day. All successful people sharing their tools and strategies to help others achieve their dreams. But I can't lie, Candace came out today blazing. Ooh, fire, fire, fire. So, oh, what a beautiful spirit you have, Candace, says Latoya, who you'll be on her show tomorrow, and I will be there.
Yes,
Amber says she loves you. Latoya says, we are not here for our own benefit, but for the benefit of mankind. Charlene says, how do I get a consult? I will post Candace's information in a separate post when this chat is over, and you can connect with her, Charlene, or anyone else who wants to connect with her. You can connect with her via her information at our post.
Website, business email, give me my business line.
Oh, okay. You sure? Okay. I'm gonna give it all. I'm
a personal. So you got my personal.
I know. I'm not gonna give you personal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll tell anybody that's listening right now.
Okay.
You can call me or text me.
Okay, you heard that? Call or text.
713-425-0510.
All right, guys.
You're serious about starting a business and you're on this and you're watching this right now. Let's see who the first person gonna text me. It's in my hand.
Right, y'all. Y'all heard the number?
What's
Let me
up?
let me drop it here because Brandi dropped it. You know, I need a Brandi and my
Oh yeah, Brandi got it. I know Brandi always on it.
Brandi on my life for the Facebook side. Brandi, I love you. You always on top of it. Okay.
So
That's
Brandi could drop in the chat, the website,
okay.
my business email.
All right. I'm gonna drop everything in a separate post, guys, so that you can contact Candace. And then Rhonda says, Candace Joseph, although I caught some of your podcasts, seeing you being interviewed on here just took it to the next level for me. We should all be taking notes. Thank God we can catch the replay. Yes, you might, as long since you're marrying people. She's talking about get your ministry started since you're marrying people. Okay, so
Like I said,
so
that was just another one of those things. It was just something. Okay, it was just something that I had saw online like back in 2012, and let me just see what I need to do to have this.
On the barter system that Corey talks about, I was told recently by someone who did somebody did a Harvard, the executive MBA. And as part, that's when they go a couple weekends and they get an MBA, right? So, I mean, I'm not taking it away from them, but that's what they do, okay? So he said that, yeah, but they're already CEOs and all that stuff already, right? So he said, as part, their cohort had about 50 or 60 people in it, and they have something called the Favor Network, similar to a barter economy, where it's like, they ask everybody in the group, I would love to do this some kind of way. You ask everybody who was there to say, what are 3 things that you do well? And they post them all on sticky notes. And what are 3 things that you need right now, either personal or in your business? And then they had like the people, the assistants or whatever, put it all together in like a Venn diagram so they could see it. So you can see like who could help you with what. And then they actually put it on a spreadsheet or whatever. And he had done that course probably about 7 or 8 months ago. He's like, since that time, they have been contacting one another. So like, if you need to put your kids' bike together, you need to figure out, I want to buy some stock, I came into money, somebody who knows. So it's like a network of all of them sharing their information. Unfortunately, though, there were only 2 brown people in the room that day. So these were all white people for the most part. So I would love to get something like that going,
Like when people say stuff like that to me, at the end of the day, money is green. So I don't care who's in the room. But
no, what I'm saying is there weren't enough people like us in the room to take advantage of it. Yeah.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Let me know that contact.
Mm-hmm.
And market it right.
I mean, yeah. I want to do one. I would love to get a group together and let's figure out like, what are your strengths? What do you need? And, if I help you with this, you help me with that. And then this way we don't have to necessarily spend money on certain things. I just thought it was amazing.
Okay, so this is the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about barter, you have to know the value of what you're bartering.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that what you're bartering for is of equal value.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone owe you $100 and they can only give you 75, okay, 75, then what?
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna make up this other 25?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you can do it. Does it work in every situation? No. And can we? I'm a person, I'll do a trade for a trade on services.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work in every scenario because, if I'm giving you, you're giving me a cake and I'm giving you some hot wings, it costs me more to do some hot wings than your cake.
However, that could be.
Don't work.
That might be, but what if you're giving me a wedding cake? Right? What if you give me a wedding cake that would have cost me $1,000?
And does it have edible gold on it? If it does, I want to.
And I spent $25 on some hot wings, and you giving me $1,000 worth of cake, right?
But at the same time,
I'm just messing with you.
But no, that's real though, because really it's all about the giving spirit of the person who's doing the bar.
Yeah.
You gotta know what the value is, and at the same time, you have to be a person that believes in that. Because you'd be surprised how many people I've tried to barter with in the past. You know, this is like years ago, like starting out real small, just trying to tweak those skills a little bit. I'm offer some stuff and I'm gonna get some stuff, right? And somebody that did excellent work for them, and they use the same logo to this day. Uh, it was a fair trade. It was not. And it's kind of like, dang, okay. But then the stuff that they gave me, it was like, I couldn't even use it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
They still use that logo that I made 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I hear you. Let's see what we have. Oh, Brandi dropped. Brandi, you good? She's fast. She dropped it in the Facebook too. Okay. Charlene Williams, the best thing about CDP is these well-established professionals. Okay, that wasn't for us. Thank you, Brandi, they say. I thought this group was creating that already, but I know you was born with an A on your head for ambition, so keep doing what you're doing, everything cool. Oh, the bartering? Yeah, I just got to figure out. I really want to, I like that concept. Okay, so.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I really like the concept.
One thing I want to interrupt you real quick. Charlene Williams was the first one to text me.
Oh, Charlene, you did it, Charlene? Oh, I love it. She's on it.
Ooh, and what she just told me, that her idea, yeah, I have that already. We'll talk after this. So.
I love it. I love it, Charlene. I think Charlene is an inventor, right? Is that what it is, Charlene? You're an inventor, right? I think she's an inventor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the chat, Charlene. Are you an inventor? Rhonda, is Charlene an inventor? Okay. So I'm hungry, Omar. I had dental work this morning and I can't eat. I'm very hungry. That's why I've been on these wings and the cake and everything. I'm hungry. Yep. So, okay. So Candace, I'm gonna start with mine. Y'all drop anything, any last minutes for Candace? I'm gonna go with mine. Okay. Thank you again. Thank you for being here, Candace. You know I love you. And I really appreciate you for being here with us today. Okay, so CDPD's mission is to increase marginalized groups' access to employment opportunities and representation in the workforce by providing our members with free training, mentorship, and other resources. CDPD was created in response to record unemployment and underemployment rates stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Can you tell us, Candace, if you have ever been marginalized by others, because you know we don't marginalize ourselves, and if you have, can you tell us a little about that situation, or what you were marginalized for?
I can go into a lot of different categories as being who I am. But I'll tell you one thing. I was in a car wreck right in 2016, and you know, you're in a wheelchair for a year, you know, you put on about 75 pounds. You know, it happens, right? It happened to me because I wanted everything that comforted me, so I wouldn't think about the leg pain, right? Leg, ankle, can't drive my car, don't know if I'm gonna walk, am I gonna always walk, or am I gonna be in this wheelchair, right? So you sit in a wheelchair for 9 months, and you decide that you're going to push forward in creating a bigger plan, which is now Joseph Consulting Firm, which is now the radio show, which is now going to lead into my new company, Creative Culture Productions, that starts on September 7th. So when I came out, and like I said, I'm an introvert. I go to networking groups, and I would go to different events in different places. People would shy away from doing business with me because I walk with a cane. Right? So some people would say, okay, well, no, there's plenty of people out there that are professionals that are. When somebody look at me, I cover everything that's on the EEOC discrimination list. 5 categories, I'm in each 5. But I was told that someone didn't want to do business with me because of my physical disability made them uncomfortable when I came to their location to talk with them on the phone.
Wow.
So you know what I did? That's what I did. Then I decided I'm gonna switch up the whole game. I'm gonna buy loud colored jackets, and I'm gonna buy different canes in different styles. I got one cane that's clear. You can twist the top out, put dollar bills in it if you want to. I got one that's Spider-Man all the way down, one that's Batman all the way down, and the one that I mostly walk with now is crystal clear. It just has like a little candy cane effect. I decided, okay, well, since people were shy, didn't want to talk to me at a networking event because I walk with a cane, then people didn't want to do business with me because, you know, I'm not tall. I'm 5 feet 4 inches, and I'm cool with that. And everybody in my house is over 6 feet tall. I'm cool with that. So I decided, instead of you talking about the handicapped lady in the corner, the handicapped lady is going to walk up to you and approach you and talk to you every time. And I'm going to let you know what the business is about, your business from day one. And I'm going to sit back in your chair in your office and I'm going to twiddle my cane in the air and say, business for what?
I love it.
I had to figure out a way to not get my feelings hurt because someone didn't want to work with a older Black woman, or I don't dress hip enough. One lady told me she didn't want to work with me because I didn't wear a name brand clothing.
Really?
I didn't have labels on. Oh yeah, I did crazy stuff. You know. So then I did this crazy thing. I dyed my hair red. You know, I cut it short, different styles, different little designs in the back. I did that to set myself apart. But to let you know too, this wallflower has a brain, and I'm brilliant, and I do things for charity, and you need a lot of cup of coffee and you need to eat your Wheaties because your brain don't kick like mine.
I love it. You know, I ask everyone that question. And I ask the question because I want everyone in the group to know, and anyone watching this on the replay who's not in the group, if they are currently in a situation where they feel that they are being marginalized, or if a past situation marginalized them so much that they feel ashamed or they feel like they can't do it, that the example you've set, you know, can lead as a source of inspiration to them, because we don't marginalize ourselves.
It took me a year. It took me a year to get past the anger of not being able to jog, not being able to do ballet, not being able to drive from Houston to Chicago, which I used to love to do. I have to be pushed to an airport now, but I'm the coolest looking one there, and I tip the best. Okay. Sometimes we have to look at things and say that they're bigger than us. It happened for a reason. I needed to slow down. I was someone that was working, doing genealogy on the weekends, traveling, going here, going there, volunteering here, volunteering there, overextending myself, you know. So sometimes when we come across those situations, first of all, know your law, know your rights. I don't care if you're a 9-to-5-er, someone who's an entrepreneur, or someone who works for someone. Know your rights. Examine why you feel the way that you do. If there's something about you that you're not feeling about yourself, okay, I am a 41-year-old, medically, according to medical doctors, but you know, I don't care. I like my sweet tea. I'm someone who needs to lose weight. I'm short. I walk with a cane. I got a cool pimp limp. I mean, you know, it's out of this world. But once you get past the point of what you feel, I didn't feel so much ashamed. I think that I was mad at the fact that my life was changing. I had to learn how to adapt to that change and forgive myself I had to forgive myself about being angry. My life changed. I lost clients. I spent money. I almost lost everything behind a car wreck that it wasn't my fault. Mom was in that car wreck with me. She did not get hurt. Thank you very much that she did not get hurt. Look, let's be real. I get marginalized because I'm a Black Buddhist.
I hear you.
So it's either I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to love me and be okay with me in any setting, or everything I do, I fail.
Yeah.
Am I going to love myself, forgive those that have these small mindsets? Or am I going to be the person who realizes that everybody in the world is different? Everybody's not going to give you a participation certificate. Everybody's not going to like you. You're not going to be the number one person on somebody's fan club. Get over yourself and get to this and what it is. Be brilliant and be you. Whoever is for you will gravitate to you. I've even bullied a kid, being on medications, hair falling out, being a skinny kid, being that dark brown girl, being the one that people, didn't want to pick to play kickball with. And I was the person that, when show and tell get up, man, I'm pulling out my chest set, man, my dad bought this. This is amazing. That's not a toy. I had to learn, we're part of the same race human, but we're not all the same. Once people recognize that, they feel us won't get something hurt. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
I love it, but we need your example, Candace, because I'm so glad that you have that strength of character, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with your parents and your upbringing and the trials, but a lot of people don't have it, and it's not easy for them to deal with marginalization, so I'm so happy that your example is here.
It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard not to be angry. It's hard not to trigger.
Yeah.
It's hard not to have that anxiety about the situation when you're in a similar situation again. It's hard. I can give you other examples. I could probably write a book just on that alone. Mm. I've been in situations where people have chased me down the street. I've been in situations just for being different. You'll be surprised how many people have called me weird over the years. I accept weird. I'm cool with being weird. It took a long time to get to the point where I love myself enough to say that I don't care what people think. And I'm not gonna kiss somebody's butt to kick it with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have to have friends. I love my friends. Don't get me wrong. I love my friends, but I know my value in me. It took me a long time to get here. Don't think that I've been through a lot. That could be a part two of it, okay? We can just call it marginalizations of the CDPD group, okay? Let's just be real. We can have an open discussion just on that alone, and it'd probably go for hours.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah,
but
we have to forgive ourselves.
Yeah.
And we got to forgive other people too. When you forgive someone else, that forgiveness really is for you. Even if you never tell that person you forgive them, it's for you. You have to carry that. Look, ain't nobody finna cause me no heart problems because they decided they didn't like my red hat and treat me bad that day.
I hear you.
Sometimes you move past it. You have to. It's not easy, but it can be done. I'll just say it like that.
Yeah, it can be done. I mean, you're an example, and every person that we've had present in this group is an example. I think you're all examples of excellence in spite of what anybody thought. And I'm not, whatever somebody marginalizes us for, that's their issue. That's not our issue,
but when we get upset and we get anxious about it and we start having that fear complex, even when we see or talk to that person, that kind of thing, we have to go back and evaluate why we feel that way.
Yeah.
And sometimes people, they don't want to accept that it's something about them where they might do the same thing to someone else, but it might be in a different way.
Yeah.
So you have to evaluate that all the way around. You have to do a 360 turn on everything before you pass judgment, right? So example, I'll give you one more example and we can move on to something else. But I'm on the cover of Purpose magazine for September 2020, right? It's a new magazine here in Houston. And the creator, Cars Reed, chose me to be on the cover. I have to say, I got a lot of flack behind that. I got a lot of threats. I got voicemails, inbox kind of things, right? Because someone doesn't accept my greatness.
They don't accept your what?
Greatness.
Oh gosh, but I mean, like, what are they? What?
No, this is the thing. The same thing happened when I came out the radio show too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing something different. People don't like that. Then all of a sudden it's, well, that's a small fry in a big pond. Mm. But it's crazy how the small fry is making the biggest impact in Houston.
Making a big splash.
Profits with tea. So be mad.
Yeah, go on.
I still look good on that cover.
You do. I ordered my copy. Waiting for my copy. I paid for my pre-order.
And I gave a shout out to all of the charities that I'm working with now. I wore clothing in there by Omar Wesley and Carmen Sullivan. Oh, okay. They're local designers here in Houston, you know, and I wore clothing by one of my team members, Corey Bird. Okay. We have to get people in spaces in order for other people to find their greatness. That's what I'm about. Yeah. So for someone to be mad because someone saw something that I was doing for the community and decided to give me my flowers while I'm here. Yeah. I'll take it.
I'm so sorry.
But know why? Because it symbolizes for me, I've never been on a magazine cover, okay? I'll just say that outright. Okay. I know everybody, like I said, I'm not about the glitz and glamour. I've never been on a magazine cover. But for me, it showed me my completion and something that I started, a list. I was 19 years old.
Oh, was that on the list?
That's one of the things that's on the list.
I love it. I love it. All right now. Mm-hmm.
I got 4 things left on my list, right?
All right.
Write a book.
Uh-huh.
Write a book, right?
That's coming.
I want to jump out of an airplane.
What, jump out of one? Okay, all right, keep that. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, you keep that one. I could yeah, uh-huh.
I want to visit every place that my ancestry is from. I trace my family history all the way back to 1647, and I want to go every place.
All right.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I want to learn how to garden. I want to learn how to water something and grow this time. I got plants behind me. I want to learn how to actually grow a real flower. 4 things.
All right.
Life complete.
You could do all of that. You could do all of that soon. So where's your dominant place from in Africa? Someplace in West Africa, right?
Benin, Togo.
Okay. All right. Okay. Which could be Ghana.
And
Ghana. Uh-huh. Okay.
And Paris, France. Yeah, Ghana. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah. So in Paris. So that's
in
where
Paris?
the dominant percentage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. French,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I got some Irish too.
Mm-hmm. I got that.
Some Irish in there.
Mm-hmm. I got that.
Like I said, I'm just a person. I'm just here, but yeah. I just do what I do.
Yes, but your example shows us that we all could do what we do, but some people just it's fear of failure,
Forgive yourself.
Yeah. So, okay, let me see what they dropped in here. Congratulations on being on the cover of the inaugural edition of that magazine. Rhonda says, we should all learn this basic lesson to be resilient like this because wonders never cease. Exactly. I love who you are, Brandi says. The greatest love of all, as Whitney sung, is learning to love yourself, positive energy. You are brilliant to be so resilient, Candace. People can be cruel for no reason. Psalms 1, that's Charlene. You dress how you feel to empower yourself. Remember that, Rhonda? Remember that from Mr. Pratt? He said, which I loved. He's like, I dress, I gotta go and speak someplace. I'm going places. He's the IT tech guy. But he's like, I dress how I feel like it. What makes me comfortable. And he's comfortable in Skechers.
Yeah.
He's comfortable in a button up, and I forget what color he said, but that's how I come, and it's not dressed up. It's what I feel comfortable in because I'm going to give you my best me when I'm comfortable. And I think that was great advice for all of us,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yes. Okay. So my next question is, what would you tell that 19-year-old Candace who was writing that list that now? What would you tell her that now?
Man, 19-year-old Candace was something else.
Mm-hmm.
19-year-old Candace every Friday used to go to the airport and pick the cheapest plane ticket and go wherever it went, if I had hotel room or not, and I didn't know how to drive, didn't have a cell.
Okay.
That 19-year-old Candace.
What would you tell her that about life, business, work, something, people, anything? What would you want if you could just go tap her on her shoulder right now while she's writing that list? What would you say?
Don't wait to love yourself. I held back my whole life behind not loving myself and trying to find validation in other people's okays and yeses. And I'm proud of you. I had to learn that the only validation I really needed in the end was my own. I mean, I'm the one running this race, right? And the thing about it is, like, I've been through so many things. I didn't even know I was going to be here at 41. So I feel like every day I'm running against the clock. I got to get these things done. I got 4 things left. I got to get them done. I'm running against the clock. The moment we take our first breath, we're fatal. What am I waiting on? Who am I waiting on? Whose approval? So to 19-year-old Candace, by 20, you better learn how to love yourself, because we could have been 20 years in the game by now. I think that's the only thing. Everything else, the pace, the things that I went through, the opportunities I took, the classes, the people I met along the way, I don't think I would change any of that, because I have came across great individuals and great friends and great professionals and great mentors. I'm a business coach. I got a business coach. Sorry, I do. I would just tell myself to love myself a little bit sooner, because you're brilliant.
I gotta write all this down. For y'all who don't know, all of this, y'all gonna see this up on the thread all weekend.
The quotes.
I'm trying to write, my quotes. I'm trying to write them, but I get it. I'll watch this 3 or 4 times before I start putting my quotes up, because I want to make sure I get exactly every word. Okay, I don't want anybody saying that I misrepresent them. To everyone who is here, if you're not in Corona Daze Professional Development Group, please join us. For those of you who Candace has called your name and said that you do something, you need to let us know what you do in the group, because we support our own, and I would love to highlight you as well. So if you're a clothing designer, if you're making clothes, if you're making websites, if you're making music, whatever it is you're doing, please join our group and let us know that you do it so that we can highlight you. Okay, so this is the final. And the final is, this is an easy one. What do you want to leave us with today? Just on entrepreneurs, like if it's one thing we all walk away with today in this hour and 45 minutes now, what do you want us to know?
If you want to start a business, study your craft, love yourself, forgive yourself, get started, take the leap.
All right. Now,
Do it.
take the leap. Now,
Take the leap.
I didn't say anything about it. I thought you were going to tell us, but could you briefly in our last couple minutes tell us about this series that you and your team coming with? I thought you was going to drop that on us earlier. So just drop that on us and I'll look and see if anybody has said anything else on Facebook while you dropping it.
All right, so at the end of the month, you know, part of the CDPD group, I am hosting a 3-part series on how to become an entrepreneur. We talking mindset, motivation, and we're gonna talk about how to differentiate between life goals and business goals. Those are totally different. Those are different. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna answer, you know, me and my team, I'm bringing 2 teammates with me, you know, Corey Bird and, you know, Danielle Ford. They are coming on board. You know, each day you get one of us, but every day you have all 3 of us, because we're going to be on the live. Only one person is going to present. I'm going to start you off. I'm going to talk about that motivation, because you got to get this thing down. You have to be in the right mind space to know that you are brilliant.
Miss Candace.
Yeah.
They're going crazy with these hearts and likes and loves right now. Go on, say it.
No, I mean, but that's just the thing. We're going to talk about mindset. Because if you're going into business thinking you finna make $1 million and you finna have your own Tyler Perry Studios in 90 days, I'm so sorry. Being an entrepreneur is not for you. If you are someone that's starting a nonprofit and you feel like, oh, I'm gonna write letters, oh my gosh, these people gonna donate me money and I can quit my job. Nonprofits are not for you. Sorry. We're gonna talk about the real mindset, how you actually get started in business, how to develop what you see in yourself, how to develop that, how do you bring that out? We're gonna talk about how you learn the things that you don't know that you need to know about business.
Right now.
You know, you can have a business, but you don't have to run your own company.
Okay.
If it's something you don't know, bring somebody in that know that thing and let them do it. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about, you know, Corey Bird's gonna come in, he's gonna give us motivation, he's gonna tell you how to shake that fear. He's gonna show you how to blaze up. He was a person that mentored me in radio. Like I said, I had 5 listeners. And he's like, work on your transitions, work on this, work on that. And I did it. And I did that thing and I did it. And then Danielle Ford, she was someone that I interviewed on my show, right? I called her 3 days later and said, please join my team.
All right now.
I needed someone who was gonna push me faster. Like I said, 19-year-old Candace was kind of shy, kind of slow. 41 Candace is ready to get it done. I want to get it done. Danielle Ford pushed me. Brandi Cambrick pushes me. Osha Lawson pushes me. Sharita Laney Gilbert pushes me. Deja Sadler pushes me. Ari Nicole Ford pushes me. Gregory Joseph II pushes me. They pushed me.
Team Candace, I've been saying 7 or 8, but you got more than that, huh?
Yeah, and I have 2 slots open. I've decided I need to bring on 2 new people.
What you gonna do? Maybe we find them in the group.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe I might.
Well, let us know.
I only deal with experts.
Okay, I mean, you got some in the group. I'm just saying.
And you know, like I said, I believe in teenage entrepreneurship. So, Ari Nicole Ford is 16 years old, and she's my administrative assistant on the weekends.
All right.
Education first. You come hang out with the CEO on the weekends. You know, I believe in that. I foster that. And I don't care where you're from, what state. I don't care. We can Zoom. We can talk on the phone. I'm a night out anyway. You know, I'm here. Yeah, y'all better utilize me while I'm here.
Oh, they will. They will. They ready. I'm ready. I am. So that's coming up later this month. I'm so excited that that is coming up. I thank you all, everyone on the Joseph Consulting team, just for being willing to give us these free services, because I know what you're giving us is worth a lot of money. There's value attached to it, and I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that.
No, thank you.
We are so ready.
Thank you for letting me serve people that are within my community that need help.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is, you were hitting me up about the group, and I was sitting about teaching a class, and I'm hitting you up like, hey, can you come on my radio show? I think what y'all doing is great.
Yeah.
But you see how the universe has made that collide?
Yeah.
So we're gonna make it grow. If anybody's watching this and you're not part of the group, donate to the group. You know, this is a nonprofit. I'm gonna help them out, and we're gonna help them get their greatness. To do great things like this, it costs money. I'm doing it for free. Miss Danette, she's awesome, okay? But I don't care. Send her a love offering, okay? Send her a love offering.
I can't find all of the members though, because I couldn't do this without the members and people like you, who all the pros and the members. Because one thing I don't want to be tooting my own horn, but you know, this is the only Facebook group I've been in and we never had a fight in the group. You know how everybody be fighting in these groups? There's never a fight in CDPD. No one ever disrespects anyone, you know, like, and I love it. Everybody just comes with love and everyone's willing to share and give advice. And it makes me feel really good about that.
But that's good. That's good. That's not a bad thing. Having a group of kindred spirits is everything.
Yes. And you know, the next thing, I'm not so good on starting the businesses, so that's why I'm excited that you guys are coming in this month to help us get these businesses started. So I appreciate you. We're gonna wrap it up. We've been on almost 2 whole hours. This is our longest, but you done kept them. They still here. No, I don't mind. I'll stay all day. I don't care. I don't mind. I ain't got nothing. The dog is with the dog sitter today. I got the whole weekend. Okay, I'm good. I love you. I really do. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Please post info on how to donate. Oh, yes, I will, Omar. Thank you. So I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I feel like this is going to be a long connection that we have, and it's going to be beneficial to a lot of people, not just me. So
and my thing is this: anybody in the group needs something, call me. Call me, email me.
I'm reposting too all her information.
You know, call me. You know, it's okay. That's your photography appointment, Greg. See,
so you keeping Greg on task?
I love Greg. Yeah, Greg has a photography appointment. You know.
Now I could get you the cake. The wings, I bake a good cake. I do bake, okay, but I don't sell my stuff. I'm not beholden, but I could bake a cake. I need to come to Texas because I want one of those Dracula cakes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah, as soon as this COVID is over, I'm gonna come visit with y'all. That's what I'm gonna do.
And you know what? I had to put you in a hotel room because I didn't turn my whole house.
Oh no, that's okay. I got. Don't worry. I know how to travel, and I travel like that too. I travel without a hotel. I get it when I get there. I work it out all the time. But thank you all. Thank you, Corey. I will be coming down. Everyone have a great weekend. I thank you all. Thank you, Candace. I love you and I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
All right then.
See you guys later in the month. Bye.
That was perfect.